Okay, get ready. Here we go. Let me pull it up. Just give me a second. Okay, here we go.
Yo, bros, we need to make nice with our home slice the king. Like, bro, we need to say that we don't want to go to war.
War is inevitable.
No, man. You do you, and I'll do me. We should make a petition on how awesome we think the king in England is, and how we should not go to war.
Here you go. I drafted up the petition.
No! Too offensive. I'll draft it myself.
Bros, we go into war.
Thomas Paine wrote The Plain Truth in 1775 with Benjamin Rush, who helped him to edit and publish it.
No. Plain truth is too boring. How about common sense?
Amazing! The pamphlet renamed Common Sense explained why the colonies should split from the British. Staying with Britain would force the colonies into unnecessary wars. Britain didn't care about the colonies' interests and ruled them for its own benefit, and it was crazy for an island to rule a continent. Thomas Paine published the pamphlet anonymously, and though there were critics like John Adams, "It's too democratical, yeah," it became very popular. Even George Washington read it to his troops while they surrounded the British in Boston. Once upon a time. Common Sense convinced the colonists to embrace independence from the British.
The Stamp Act Congress has been gathered to finalize the details of our declaration.
We have grievances and rights.
And so our declaration was born. Ahem. May we review?
The Stamp Act is against our rights. Because they are taxing us without representation. We will gladly support the Crown and Parliament, but without votes they have no ruling over us. We want all the rights of Englishmen. Because of this, only colonial assemblies can tax colonists.
And so says the Declaration. We shall claim our British rights for the first time by us colonists. Let this be heard.
Bourgeois stimuli. The repeal, or the funeral of Miss Anne Stamp, was drawn in 1766. After the Stamp Act was repealed and Grenville was kicked out of office, the cartoon shows the colonists taking Grenville's body along with the tax to the grave. Visual stimuli.
I, John Dickinson, wrote Letters from a Farmer in Pennsylvania. It consisted of 13 letters, all compiled into one pamphlet.
I published that.
Back in my day, I was a lawyer, a member of the Stamp Act Congress, and the Continental Congress. I was even nicknamed the Penman of the Revolution. Man, those are the days.
He wrote the letters in response to the Townshend Acts, the set of taxes placed on colonists' everyday items that I passed in an attempt to raise money for the Crown and its workers.
I believe that those acts were completely unjust. I encouraged the colonists to come together and stick it to the man. And for the most part, they did. The pamphlet grew in popularity all over the colonies. They loved how I spoke up for them and proved how Britain's rules were wrong. At last, my letters helped in destroying the Townshend Acts and bringing up that good old American spirit.
Visual stimuli. Hey guys, Sam Adams here. We are going to talk about the political cartoon The Bostonian Paying the Exciseman, or Tarring and Feathering, drawn in 1774. The cartoon depicts the colonists tarring and feathering a tax collector. Tarring and feathering was a very brutal form of rebellion involving pouring hot tar all over someone and then covering him in his feathers. This was one of the many small ways colonists rebelled that the salutary neglect ended and helped fuel the colonial anger that drove them to write the Declaration of Independence.
1776. Dear Diary, we the colonists announce that the 13 American colonies are independent sovereign states. We are no longer a part of the British Empire.
Dear Diary, I was a leader pushing for our independence. Jefferson wrote our Declaration. The Committee of Five will revise it, asserting certain natural and legal rights, including the right of revolution. Love America.